We got poor man versus rich man buffet in Japan.
In this video, we're taking on Japan's cheapest buffet versus Japan's most expensive buffet.
Check
One
it
buffet
out,
costs
baby.
$30 while the other costs $327. And I want to know why. How is it that the first buffet can serve unlimited Wagyu for only $30? And why is the second location charging over $300? What are they doing that is so valuable? Beyond that, we're going to experience buffets completely unlike that you will find in the USA. This isn't the type of buffet where you go up to a table with a sneeze guard and grab your own food. No, the food is delivered to you, sometimes by humans, sometimes by other things.
Robot?
Right now we are headed to our first and cheapest location. Let's move. All right, folks, we are headed to our table. It's a very unique setup that they have here. First of all, they have a two-person dining kind of private situation here with two chairs. But you can also dine alone here in this solo dining pod. This is where I'm going to be eating today. This is the perfect opportunity to avoid any awkward social exchanges. You can ignore the other patrons. Nobody has to see the fact that you're dining alone and judge you. No one can even look in your face because look. No servers. It's just you and the food and a computer screen. Let's get started. All right, folks, I'm really doing this. I'm by myself, and the good thing is I'm alone. And the bad thing is I'm alone, and nobody can translate, and I need to figure this experience out for myself. Now, got the menu here. The menu does say that there's an English option. What the? Did you just see that? Some trays just flew by. That is how I'm going to be ordering. Soon, I'm going to have some meat flying by here for me. But we have to order it on the screen first. Now, they claim to have English. The English is in about a 2-size font. Almost impossible to see. But luckily, they have pictures. So I'm going to go with this. And I'll get some of this with a raw egg. Yes, I would like a raw egg. So there's a whole wide menu
raw
full
egg
of
is
unlimited
crazy,
things
bro.
you can order here. But I'm going to start with a couple of simple beef options to get things started.
Some
and then we're
salmonella.
going to go crazy. Here's the problem. We have 90 minutes. That is the catch. So I got to move. Ooh,
90 minutes.
on. That must mean something. Oh Lord, okay, right here we've got beef, we've got an egg, and we've got more beef. And I'm done, so I'm gonna hit this.
Oh, you're gonna cook that
That was
egg?
invigorating. This is beyond dining. This is like an interactive experience. All right, so I've been delivered everything right here. I've got 2 types of beef, and then I've got an egg. I'm gonna whip the egg, and this is gonna be a coating for some of that hot meat when I pull it off the grill. Now, right here we've got the grill. I'm just gonna toss the meat on and get to cooking.
To truly appreciate the A4 Wagyu, I'm starting with a regular domestic beef brisket, eaten the Japanese way, with a raw egg dip.
Let's go for it.
Bruh. What?
I think that works. Coating the meat with egg, it just adds even more flavor. It's super creamy, especially with that egg
What
yolk.
the hell?
Before
Yeah,
we dig
catch
into this
salmonella,
premium
buddy.
A4 Wagyu, I want to know how they're able to make this buffet so cheap.
Sir, put her there. You are the manager here at today's most affordable buffet. I have some questions about how your operation works here because it's different from the country that I hail from. How are you able to have a buffet like this that's so affordable?
We need
One of the
subtitles.
reasons it's so affordable is because of the conveyor belt in the store, and so they don't have to allocate money to human resources when it comes to serving. And they farm their own cow, so it's a lot cheaper
That's how you do it, bruh.
to ship the cows to this specific location.
Here you are serving premium A4 Wagyu, but later today I'm going to be trying A5 Wagyu, the top of the top. How big is the difference between A4 and A5?
I think a normal consumer will not really be able to tell the difference. I think professionals could tell the difference of
That
A5
thing
rank
blue?
and A4 rank.
To me, this sounds like
The
a test,
hell?
because not
That
only
just
am I
looks
not a normal
fancy.
consumer, I am an over-consumer.
They got high class.
Finally, it's
Cows
time for
and
that
shit.
A4 level Wagyu. Normally, this meat costs $100 to $150 per pound, so let's see if it lives up to the price.
This does not require much time at all. I mean, look at that
Yeah, that shit
beautiful
is thin.
A4 Wagyu. All right, I'm pulling that meat off. That is a beauty right there. Would you take a look? Let's go for it. Wow, that's remarkably good. It's fatty, juicy, sweet, everything at the same time. I'm trying to hide my joy a little bit because everyone's trying to have a quiet, lonesome experience here, but I'm just exploding with meat joy at the moment.
Hey, yo.
You only get 90 minutes when you're in these pods, and I think I've used already 15. I'm moving very inefficiently because I'm
Damn,
trying
that
to take a
shit is
video. So
limited.
I'm gonna order a bunch of meats at one time. Right here
That's
we
a
have
lot
some
of
of the
time,
meats we
though.
just tried. Very thinly sliced beef. Here, beef options. They have pork skirt steak, beef skirt steak, salt-flavored beef tongue, garlic-flavored tongue, and salt-flavored tongue. Well, I'm definitely gonna get some tongue, so let's put that on the menu. Here they have pork galbi, sausage, thick-cut bacon, and fatty pork. This is called tail and skin from a chicken,
that a
crunchy,
wing?
meaty gristles, and chicken neck. I can't help it. I'm gonna get some Japanese chicken ass and some chicken neck.
Bruh.
All right, guys, the food has arrived. First of all, here we have chicken.
He ain't
ass and
playing, he
chicken
going to
skin.
work.
I'm gonna throw these bad boys on the fire.
He's burning it.
I think that's done. All right, let's pull that off. Our chicken tail and our chicken skin right
He
here.
put him
While we
back
try
out on the
that, I'm gonna
plate
put this
where the raw
on
meat
next.
was.
This is the chicken neck. The skewer has basically cooked off of this chicken skin. I hope this was pre-cooked in some way, because I'm not sure that every nook and cranny cooked all the way through. Let's give it a shot.
Good luck.
Wow, yum. Tastes half raw, half burnt. Perfect. How about the ass? Right here, some of the chicken tail, they're calling it. I'm a little bit worried about salmonella, but then I realized I've had raw chicken before in Japan, and I was fine. And that was completely uncooked, so I'm good. Nailed it. The chicken ass
I'm good
is
on
rich,
that, buddy.
succulent, oily. The best part is they don't have any bone inside. Anytime I've had ass before, like in the Philippines or Taiwan, they had that kind of cartilagey bone on the inside. This is bone-free. Delicious. In the meantime, I think we can take out these necks. Can I be honest? It might be time for a new grill. No, buddy. No, buddy. Nice. Oh, hello. There's a nice old lady here. I pointed to the grill and I've asked her to change it. That is what I need. All right, so I'm gonna grab one of these neck pieces. Are you seeing a neck bone? No, you're just seeing the meat from the neck of the chicken. Let's
That's
give it a
nice
shot.
though. They be switching the grill out.
Kind of bouncy, medium rare. I definitely could have cooked that a little bit longer. But all in all, delicious. So right now we have one meat remaining.
You gotta know
This
how to
is
cook the meat,
beef
buddy.
tongue. Oddly enough, it is a perfect circle.
Yeah, end
Let's
up
throw
getting
that on the
sick.
grill next. And just like that, our beef tongue is complete. Now, beef tongue is one of the most underrated parts of the cow, and it doesn't get the respect it deserves in my homeland, the USA. When you roast it here, of course, everything is cut super thinly. It's
Yeah, that
very
looks raw
greasy.
too,
It's
bro.
got a lot of fat inside, and it's so tender. Oh no, I hate that. No, I'm just kidding. The texture is different. It's a bit bouncy, spongy. When you bite, it bites back a little bit. Smoky, salty, just pure greasy beef flavor. I am in love. Boom. All right, when you are feeling
Ice
claustrophobic
cream.
from being inside that tiny cooking pod, you can come here. Right here, they have accoutrement to go with your meat. Tons of vegetables, salads, fruits, mushrooms. And then right here, this looks to be a marshmallow. How is it that I've had barbecue so many times in Asia and I've never seen anyone bring out a marshmallow? It's amazing. Beyond that, they also have a load of different sauces that you can try right here. Everything is self-service. Scoop it up yourself, bring it back to your table, and eat until your heart's content, at least for 90 minutes. We are coming up on 1 hour. We better move. Before I go back to my table, I'm gonna get mushrooms and I'm gonna get marshmallows. I have done a complete refresh. My room is clean. I'm ready to order some more food. This is liver, and this,
That
I
boy can
believe,
eat.
intestines. Here they have
That would've been
rings,
full
French
already.
fries, other fried chicken. Even this thing. This is called a petite American dog. I want to try that. That is enough for this round. Let's order up. In the meantime, we have this unusual assortment of oddities: marshmallows, corn, and mushrooms. Roasted mushrooms. I'm such a vegan. Right here, it looks as if my mushrooms are complete. These are enoki needle mushrooms. Let's give it a shot. Tastes like burning, can I say? The chef at this restaurant sucks. Sadly, today the chef is me. These guys right here are called petite American dogs.
Yeah,
I'm assuming it's supposed to be just a tiny little corn dog. It is, except for it also has ketchup in the center. It's an explosion of ketchup, hot dog, and then a crispy corn dog outer layer. Is Japanese making American food better than we are? Yes, they're so good. Next, I believe they have forgotten my intestines, so we're just rolling with this. This is liver.
Beef liver. And you might as
Right
well
here, it
eat
looks
all
like
that
the liver
shit
is looking
raw,
a
because
little bit
that's how it
glowing.
is.
So behind my beard, they've got a mystery sauce.
That's how
and I'm
you
gonna
eat
pour
everything.
that on top. Do you know who this sauce probably is not a mystery for? Japanese people. Let's give it a shot.
Spicy
Good. It
or
almost
not?
tastes like a sweet bulgogi sauce. It's very thick, very flavorful. So that said, I have just a few more minutes inside here, and so I'm gonna roast up these guys. A couple of marshmallows to end my roasting journey. I have absolutely never roasted marshmallows in this way. Let's see what happens.
That thing burning too, bro.
You know, come to think of it, I think I saw roasting sticks up by the vegetables. This is not going great. Remember when I said I would need to change the grill? Look at it now.
You're a nightmare
Roasted
for them,
Japanese
bro.
marshmallow. A little burnt, a little creamy. It reminds me of summertime in Minnesota. I love it.
Cold like
Well, folks, my
Minnesota.
90 minutes has expired. Am I disappointed in my efforts? Yes, I am. I feel like I didn't truly take advantage of this buffet. Here's my advice. If you come to this one, don't film, just eat. Especially, oh my God, imagine drinking beers, eating meat, listening to Joe Rogan talk about who would win between a grizzly bear and a gorilla. Amazing. This is something I wish they had everywhere. I loved a lot of the meats that I tried, and overall, I think it's just a super fun experience. So that is our very affordable buffet, but an expensive buffet we could find in Japan. But first, I want to tell you, if you're planning to travel here to Japan, I highly recommend doing a food tour or food experience through buyfood.com. I'll talk about them more at the end of this video, but first, let's head to that expensive buffet. We have come to our second location, Yakinikute Rokasen. Immediately when you walk into this place, everything feels different. It's bigger, it's more expansive. There's room for waiters and people to come to your table. Here, you're not being served by a machine. Here, you're being served by people. People who are very well dressed, might I add. The gentlemen look handsome. The ladies look very traditional. I like it. Additionally, this is not like the type of buffet where you go up and get your own food. You sit at the table the whole time and you are served on by others. Right now, I'm headed to my table where I'm going to learn how this unique, expensive Japanese buffet works. You do not have to get a buffet as expensive as I'm getting today. There are a few different options in here. The cheapest one is 12,100 yen, but the most expensive one is what I'm getting today. That is the Kobe beef for 48,400 yen. This is brand name beef. So I'm basically eating the Chanel of Wagyu, which is amazing because Chanel also made out of cow. Okay, you understand that, but what are the logistics of ordering? First of all, this. Anytime you need anything, you just hit this button. Now the best part is it's not hardwired in, so you can bring it into the bathroom with you in case you need help.
Hey, yo. What you need help
with? I don't want to talk to a human every time I want to order a food. That's why I've got the iPad right here. Look at these pictures. Big, clear. Look at this font. Readable. So we're going to get started with our first course, the Kobe beef. All right, here we are. Take a look at that. Look at this meat right here. We have 3 different types of
with
beef.
With a flour and everything.
Yes, Kobe Wagyu.
Premium salted beef tongue?
Yes.
No. Which one is tongue?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Premium filet steak.
Yes.
The wrong
Perfect.
one.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
All right, let's fucking eat. First, we have this, the filet. Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna put the whole thing on the grill. Now, one thing you're gonna notice right away is a big difference in the size of the meat from our last location. I think the last location used lasers to get the meat very, very thin. Here we got nice, thicker chunks of meat.
It's thick, boy.
I'm gonna take this monster piece. Oh lordy. I'm gonna give this a little bit of a dip in the barbecue sauce, and let's throw it back. Oh Lord. Now I know why they need walls to separate people, so you don't visually see people moaning with pleasure. That was really good. But it's not just about the difference in quality.
That looks
it's about
just
the thickness
so
of the
juicy,
cut,
bro.
It's so meaty, but so juicy, full of beefy, fat, exploding goodness. Such a satisfying bite. So that is our first cut. Now moving on to this beef tongue right here. Now you saw beef tongue at our last location. Look how thick this one is.
The big difference.
The beef tongue is one of the weirdest appendages of the animal because when it's just in its full tongue form and you're wiggling it around, it looks wild. It does look a bit disgusting. But when you've kind of peeled off the outer layer of the tongue and you've cut it into thin, beautiful strips like this, it looks like steak, but it's gonna have a much different texture. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a dip in my lemon sauce and throw it back. Oh yeah, completely a different experience from that filet. It's a unique, dense texture, kind of like abalone. If Japan can, they're gonna find a way to breed cows with longer tongues. ChatGPT, invent a cow that has a very long tongue. Take a look at that right there. That's a cow that would know how to pleasure me.
Hey,
right now I'm talking to Sakura, full-time
Relax.
manager here at one of the most expensive buffets we could find in Japan. I understand that not everything on the menu is super expensive, and in fact, you don't have to get super expensive meat if you don't want to. But if you want to, you can spend up to $327 on the most expensive buffet option. Why is it so expensive?
The beef that they have shipped to this restaurant is very rare, so when they ship it here, it becomes really expensive because the demand is really high, but the supply is really low.
Some buffets try to impress people by having over 150 items, but when it comes to meat here, you have under 20. What is the idea behind not having so many meat options?
Quality is really important for them. When you try to pick things that are high quality, it just, the amount tends to get less and less.
Well, so then the question is, what if you had to serve 1 meat dishes? What do you think is the most high quality, high priced, high value item that you have here?
So it would be the Kobe top sirloin.
Nice. I'm gonna try that. All right, folks, our meat is finished and it looks phenomenal. The last time I had Kobe beef, I was actually in the city of Kobe, and it was one of the best meat experiences I'd ever had in my life. You had a chef right in front of you, cooking every single bite to perfection. I am that chef. And I gotta say, I'm doing a much better job here than at our first location, where I burned pretty much everything. Cheers.
Yeah, practice. The practice was at the other place. This is the type of food to make you feel
not worthy. It's so beefy, it's so juicy, it's heavy.
Right,
I mean, you
looks
couldn't
like
eat too many of these because you would end up feeling sick. But if you dose it properly, it's perfect, just like fentanyl.
Bruh.
So for my next course, just like a mother who doesn't truly love her child, I've got my iPad ready to go. So let's walk through some of the meats they have here. First of all, they have the Kobe rib meat. We just had that. Another form of Kobe, not as expensive. Special filet, we tried that. Beef tongue, we tried that. Moving on to the pork section, what I'm interested in is this right here, the Iberian pork loin. Iberian pork is one of the most expensive types of pork anywhere in the world. It comes from Spain and is basically the Wagyu of pork. But I also want to try the Wagyu of the ocean. And now we wait. Oh, hello.
Iberico pork.
Thank you
She
very
probably
much.
like, bro, you ordering too damn much.
Iberico pork. It's got the sheen of a delicious Japanese sauce on top. And oh, is this
Snow
the Japanese
crab?
crab?
Yes, crab. Already boiled.
Okay, thank you. Our food has arrived. We have our Iberico pork right here, and it doesn't look like pork at all. It actually looks like steak. These pigs are typically raised in forests where they roam freely and feed on acorns, herbs, and grasses, contributing to their unique taste and quality of meat.
That's how you get the taste up.
Oh, that's a pig. That's a good pig.
That's a very tasty pig.
There's something naturally sweet about this meat itself. It's so delicious. Pork doesn't get the recognition it deserves, and in Japan especially, beef gets all the attention. But this is something special, and I'm in love. After Wagyu and pork, it is time to take a trip to the sea. Right here we have snow crab. I'm gonna crack this open. All right, let's give it a shot. It's salty and sweet and absolutely delicious. At first, you might look at it, you might think it's a king crab. It is not. This is not imported. It's just brought from, the northern part of Japan. The sweetness is unmatched and it tastes super fresh. From here, it is back to the iPad for one more order. Let's take a look.
Dang,
now,
bro.
near the end of the meat menu, you will find some unique items, including fine stomach. Let's get some fine stomach. I also want to get intestine and order sent. Now, you might be asking yourself, hey, Sonny, why would you order that weird stuff? Because I'm at a buffet that costs over $300. I want to understand why they have that uniquely unusual stuff on their menu. Even though the menu is not super extensive, you do make room for some cuts that we would consider unusual in the USA. Like you've got stomach, you have intestine, you have liver. Why still have those organ meats?
So as you mentioned, in America, people don't really eat things like stomach or intestine, but when it comes to Japan, like
Eat
people really
but
like
burgers,
stomach or intestine. So to respond to the needs of the Japanese customers, they still offer such dishes.
That was a stunning and elegant way of saying because people like it.
Right, without disrespecting.
Is arriving and it's right here. This looks actually better than I expected. Here we have some stomach and some intestine. So we're gonna throw this all on the grill. Now a cow's stomach has 4 chambers. This is a portion of the stomach from the first chamber known as mino. The mino is a prized cut in Japanese barbecue valued for its chewy texture and slightly fatty flavor. When cooked on a yakiniku grill like this, it becomes tender and juicy with a pleasantly crispy bite on the outside, creating a contrast with its chewy interior. For most people, when they hear cow stomach, they go, no thanks, gross. But when you hear that description, there's just so much more to it, especially when you come to a place
wouldn't
like
even know
Japan.
you
That
eating
said,
it.
let's go for it.
But if it's good, you're gonna want more.
Unbelievable. First of all, coated in miso. So it has a super deep, savory flavor to it, and then there's like zero gaminess. It tastes delicious. On to our final food. Right here, some intestine. I've never seen beef intestines like this. First of all, they're not in a tube shape. They're so incredibly fatty. They've reduced in size by about half, and now they're crispy and charred, and they look and smell amazing. Let's go for it. It's so good. A little chewy, kind of like squid texture, not a ton of flavor. This could use a dipping sauce because it was only seasoned with salt, but it's not gamey, there's no funkiness. It's just a nice, crispy, toasty kind of flavor to it. I'm gonna dip one in my barbecue sauce just to give it a little bit more flavor. Oh yeah. The special care that has been given to this unusual, often discarded part of the animal, Japan, you've earned my respect. So this is my final food
I
at
don't
this
know about
buffet.
that
But from
one,
here, I'm gonna step
but
outside and tell
everything
you which
else
buffet
looks
today
good.
gave me the most bang for my buck. Today we ate at 2 Japanese buffets, a very affordable buffet and a very, honestly, not affordable buffet. $327 is not accessible to anybody. That's not something you save up for. That's a wild amount of money. Today I've been racking myself over and over about which buffet gave me the most bang for my buck. So here's what I've come up with. What I liked about location 1 was the solitude. I like that I could just sit alone, put in my ear pods, listen to Joe Rogan for 90 minutes, and eat a bunch of meat and have beer delivered to me by a machine, not a human. Because do you know what machines don't do? They don't cut you off. Meanwhile, the second location, excellent service, premium quality meats. It was like a dream where I also wish I could have been alone. I just wanted to be alone and eat my meats. But if I had to choose one location that gave me the most bang for my buck, honestly, it's location 1. I want to say location 2 because it's so delicious and the quality is so high, but it is very expensive. Now, if I went there again, what I would do is spend less money. We went a little bit above and beyond with our orders today. Probably I would try to order something for like $100 and reel it in a little bit. But location 1 was super fun because they had so many foods. You have a machine delivering you the food, and it's a unique way of eating that we just don't have in the USA. So that is my final decision. But before we go, I want to say a huge thank you to the sponsor of this video, buyfood.com.
Traveling to Japan, make your trip extra special with an omakase sushi dinner in Tokyo or a ramen cooking class in Osaka through buyfood.com with over 800 tours, classes, and experiences
Name
and
me
over
some sponsors
3,000.
too. Please like, comment, and subscribe so we can get these sponsors.